And the fact that you feel like you are his daughter, he sacrificed the role of father. He sacrificed the role of grandfather. And you've got to wrap your mind around that and say, just wanting it to be so is just not true. The best thing in the world you can do is keep your children away from evil, and that man is evil. It's just that simple. And you got to know that, right?
I do know that. It took me about a year after meeting you to get my head around that. The denial was so thick. I just could see the memories that we had as him as my father. I couldn't see the actions, the heinous actions that he committed. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. It was just too big for me.
But even the times that you try to ferret out of your memory when you were with him and we was doing this or that, that was an impure connection.
Yeah.
I'll promise you there was never a day in this man's life that he had an altruistic, loving, nurturing interaction with you. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you have to accept that and get closure on it. This is not a force you want in your life. It is not a force you want in your children's life. Thank God for prisons, and thank God he will never be paroled.
And then I'm working with Gypsy Rose. I've been interviewing her for several months, and we're working on a multi-hour documentary series that will be coming out here soon, and a book. So I'm helping her write her book, her story in her own words, because there's so much to share. And what else am I working on? I'm working on an international Black Widow case.
Today, I find out if my worst fears and insecurities are true. Ever since I got the PET scan, my mind has been wondering if I truly am a psychopath and what does that mean to be a psychopath. I started thinking back to times that maybe I wasn't so empathetic. I started thinking about times when I might have laughed at the wrong thing. I started thinking about, you know, my sensitivity or lack of sensitivity in certain moments. My biggest fear about meeting Dr. Fallon and him reviewing the PET scans is that it will be concluded that my brain is the brain of a psychopath, similar to serial killers.
I think it was the fact that she had just done Mommy Dead and Dearest with Aaron Carr, and she felt like at that point her story was told, but over the course of those 7 years, her story was still evolving, and she recognized that. And then she started to realize that she wasn't ready to tell the total truth to her own parents. So there was a lot of secrets she had kept away from her stepmother and her father that she was ashamed to share, that she shares in the docuseries. One of those things is that she became addicted to pain medication and how her mom leveraged that addiction to keep her hostage. There's that element. And then also just the shame too, of the crime that she committed still lingered with her. And, the belief that she wasn't worthy. That is one of the things that she talked about that we discussed in the docuseries, is that she told me the story about the cow tongue and the curse, and how she believed in the curse that her mother set on her, that she'll never find true love. And that belief, and I understand what it's like when you absorb a belief, it becomes your reality, whether it's true or not. So that curse could be hocus pocus, it could be completely fake, but to her it was real. And so she still had to unravel the truth about what she's worthy of. And that's the residue that she carried from her mom's abuse. It was a mental residue.